Hello, singing friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Mickey here, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. My voice is finally feeling better, thank God. I hope you are all doing well out there in YouTube land. Today, I'm going to be reacting to the Birthday Massacre with their song, Precious Hearts. Mike writes, this is a live video with studio sound, except for the last few seconds, for reasons that will become apparent by letting the viewer get a good sense of what one of their shows feels like. Sounds interesting. You may recall this Toronto, Canada goth rock band is fronted by Sarah Chibi Taylor. Chibi is a character from the Japanese anime film Sailor Moon, I believe from Ghibli Studios. Very interesting lyrics in this. At the very beginning, there's an interesting section where you can see the bands coming down out of their dressing rooms. Awesome. Well, I really love Ghibli Studio films. The most recent one, The Boy and the Heron, the lead character looked exactly like my son Dashiell. He even had the same hairstyle. Dashiell doesn't have it anymore because we grew his hair out more with a more traditional haircut for his bar mitzvah, but he had his side shaved and a little mohawk for a while, and he really looked exactly like the character. But I love those movies. They're so creative and so cute, and if you have kids, you should definitely watch all of them. All right, so let's check this out. I haven't seen the Birthday Massacre in a while, so this will be fun. Very cool. So visually and sonically, I think they're a really interesting combination of elements. So visually, they remind me a lot of like Marilyn Manson or something. And I used to be a huge fan of Nine Inch Nails and Marilyn Manson and Orgy and Jack Off Jill and Stabbing Westward, you know, so this kind of feels like that to me visually. I mean, I still like all of that music, but you know, I haven't like been that into it in a long time because now I'm 44, so it just feels a little bit more like a young person kind of vibe, you know. But then sonically, there's more of like a dancey element to it, you know, like it almost is like a Depeche Mode kind of feel or something to it. So it is like an interesting marriage of the like really hard visuals and more of like a kind of poppy, dancey sound. It looks like a good time. Let's put it that way. I think that concert looks really, really fun and vibey. I really like her little outfit. You know, it is kind of like very Sailor Moon. And yeah, it looks like you're entering like a different world, you know. And it's funny because last video we had that song from the 70s, Rainbow, right? That band. And that's like vibey and over the top in a completely different way, you know? So there's like a way to have showmanship and really put on a wonderful performance in so many different genres. And you really feel like you're entering another world when you go into this club with the lighting and the haircuts and the costumes, the outfits and everything else. It's just like, it's a beautiful experience, a complete experience in show, but in a completely different way than that band Rainbow, you know? So it's very cool to see all the different worlds that you can create with your music and your band and your image. I like the breakdown, and now we're getting that build back into it. Very nice. I also like the interactive lyrics, you know, like if you can hear this, talk to me. So it's like really speaking to you directly, you know, and inviting interaction on the part of the listener. Yeah, I think it's really, really fun. Compositionally, compared to like the Rainbow song, again, the Rainbow Band, where you really had this like huge range vocally, where he was going very low and very high, and he had all these like different ornaments and variations in the melodic construction. This feels much more constrained in terms of its range, right? So the melody's not traveling that much. It's really staying in the same part of the scale, and there's a lot more repetition, you know, and it creates this this like almost like looping effect that fits really well with the electronic instruments and kind of creates this like hypnotic feeling, you know, because it's like very similar melodies and figures melodically over and over again. And there's something about that that like really gets in your brain, and it creates this like whole different vibe that's cool in a completely different way. So yeah, I think it's very fun, very, very, very cool. All right, so you get a sense there of what it would sound like if it were live sound as opposed to a studio recording. And obviously the crowd is really loud and it feels a lot more shambolic and chaotic, right? The energy, which is really fun in its own way, but obviously wouldn't have the same fidelity of sound as the studio recording. From what I heard, she was saying, is anybody real anymore? Is anybody here anymore? And that makes me think almost of like, you know, being on like a drug trip and like questioning what is real and like what is hallucination, or like thinking about like, is this a simulation? Like that kind of feeling. So that's kind of an interesting idea to kind of ponder. Overall, I really like it. It definitely is nostalgic to me in a different way than some of the other music we've been reacting to recently. It feels like a period of my life when I was really into like goth and darker music. And so there is obviously a part of my heart that really likes that and has a fond memory for that kind of feeling. I do think that this music is probably, its appeal is probably mostly to like teenagers or young people. I mean, obviously, there's always exceptions to that rule, and there are people that love this music their entire life long, but there's something about this like dark, super like dramatic goth phase, you know, that I think matches young energy really well. But let me know what you think, if that's just like my biased opinion and you don't feel like that's true. I'd love to hear your perspective on it as well. All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll see you guys here next time. Until then, take care, and of course, happy singing. Bye.